Oh, it should be good. Should be live. The link for Discord. There is a description this time. Good to see. Right, I think everything's running pretty smooth. Let some people get in here. Draft's at 7, so we still got some time, but figured out to get her started a little early today. What's up, guys? How's the audio? How's the quality? All good? Always got to make sure. Had to make some tough choices today. Tough choices. We'll get into that though. Audio's fine? Okay, good to hear. Hopefully some people stroll in at some point. I had a decent showing last night. Looks good, sounds good. Thanks. It's a win-win. Got a question in the Discord here. I'm going to select Matthews with my first pick, looking for a player to stack him with. What round would you select Nick Ritchie in? I mean, Ritchie's probably a later in the round draft. Later in the draft type of player. I bet you Ritchie is even like, wonder if he's even ranked. Oops. That's the better Ritchie, Brett. Yeah, Nick's not even ranked in the top 300. Actually wasn't the worst player last year, Nick Ritchie. I remember his plus minus was good. I think he hits quite a bit too. Well, based on my projections, Brady's the best player in this league, so glad I got to keep him. I wouldn't pick Ritchie. Yeah, I know. Do a channel. I actually do think the Dodgers are going to lose. Not going to lie. They're running into like, I guess, but they've been so good too though. Mac or Draisaitl at second overall. It honestly, like it's like Coke or Pepsi. I personally would take McKinnon just because the shot volume so high. But I mean, they're both good. They're both very good. I like McKinnon a bit more. I think Draisaitl's like more likely to score more points, but McKinnon's like 400 shots this year is just going to be unmatched. But we do have the trade analyzer, so we can check this out. We got Nate Mack, and we got, I'm so bad at spelling his last name. I think this is it. Yeah. Oh, it actually favors Draisaitl. Going against my own projections right here, guys. Hey, man, how's it going? Been a while. Looking forward to another season with you. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm excited. Do my best to stay consistent with the content. It's been difficult, though. I've been busy, so do my best, but I mean, the buy low, sell highs are definitely going to be a thing this year. I know that was a fan favorite. I had some people last night in the stream mention it as well. Wouldn't be surprised at all if the Dodgers lose. O'Neal's probably going to go off. Yeah, man, Canadian though, so I can't be mad about that. We got almost a full draft here. A couple guys probably pouring in. Probably some vulgar messages. Yeah, getting some questions about why Carlson's on the draft board right now. One of the guys. I mean, I had to decide between him, Fox, or Hedman. So I don't know if I'd probably take Carlson first pick here. I'm going to need to get a good goalie because I didn't keep Leonard. And I feel like him or Kemper are going to be off the board right away. So, but if I could snag Shesterkin, I don't want to try and give up too many hints. The 2 points per PIM league is no more from last year. No way, dude. Literally one of the funniest comments I've had was that Fiala had a really good night for you because he got a game misconduct. Like, I actually couldn't believe you said that. So funny. Like a player who's just like known for goals, power play goals, shots, and then you're raving over him getting a game misconduct. Probably is. Actually, I feel like he has attitude, but I'm sure it's not really a common occurrence for Fiala. Losing Muncy and Kirsch stings, I know, man. Who's playing first right now? Is it Pujols? I don't even know if Kershaw would even start the wild card game anyways. It's definitely going to be Scherzer or Bueller. Have they announced? They definitely announced it. I'm just not paying attention to baseball right now because of the Jays, so I don't really want to talk about it. $32 points won me the week. That's just amazing. Never played in a PIMS league. I don't think I'm going to play in a PIMS league either. That's just too much. Oh, yeah. Gotta remember this guy. Gotta remember that guy. He's going to be very good. Bjorkstrand's game misconduct was great, too. Bjorkstrand got a game misconduct for what? Oh, don't be so petty. How screwed am I? Well, the fact that you're asking, I feel like you know you're screwed, but we'll see. Yeah, you're pretty screwed. I mean, Markstrom, Francouz is fine. Not a Hudobin or Allen fan, really. You're not that screwed, but you're pretty screwed. You don't really have a goalie one. Markstrom could be, though. It kind of depends. What ended up happening in your draft that kind of led to your goalie selections? It seems like you have a lot of categories for goalies, too. Talking baseball just makes me sad, I know. Connor, did you watch any of the, like, I guess you can say postseason interviews, like, after the season was concluded for the Jays? They, like, Bichette, Ray, Semyon, Montoyo. I didn't listen to Vladdy's just because I don't want to, like, hear through a translator. Nothing against the foreign language or anything. It's just I was kind of at work and I was just trying to listen in on the side. Oh, okay. So 14-team league's a bit different because, I mean, there's probably like 7 goalie ones this year. The goalies are super thin this year. There's a lot of 50-50 splits. So in a 14-team league, it's not as bad. If it was like 10 or 12, though, I would say you're hurting. Against Detroit at the start of the year, you got tossed for fighting Bobby Ryan. Oh, that's amazing. 2 guys I don't think fight very often or shouldn't fight. Thoughts on Tyler Johnson? Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how long that's going to last. I feel like Doc's going to end up being there at some point, but yeah. It's a good pickup that you were on that, though. Goalies got grabbed fast. Yeah, so that's the big issue I've been seeing in my drafts is that there's like a goalie round, and if you're like a late pick in that goalie round, you're kind of screwed. Like it would be like 7th, 8th round, all of a sudden like 5, 6 goalies go off the board, and you're looking at the goalies, and there's really nothing available. Not the best. You know what? I wish I knew who was starting for Dallas this year, but yeah, the interviews were great. Go listen to Bichette's. Bichette's was awesome. Semyon kind of made it seem like he was coming back. I don't know. Obviously, they're going to make it seem like they're coming back, though, so they don't get rinsed by Toronto fans. All right. So we got 16 in here. I guess I'll just give you guys the rundown quickly. I'll probably say it a few times, but I had a really difficult decision to make here. So this is a 4-player keeper league. I think this is year 6 for us. I had Brady, Zib, McKinnon, Hedman as my keepers. I also had Carlson, Fox, Leonard, and Scheifele. I had to decide between, and I ended up with Brady, Zib, McKinnon, Hedman. So Carlson, Fox, Scheifele, Leonard, all on the board. You can see 3 of the top 6 players on the draft board right now were all on my team last year. So I won, so I have last pick, but I also have a back-to-back. Not really sure who I'm going to take. I kind of just got to get a feel for how the draft's going to go. Some of the players are going to get knocked off, but Mike, what's up, man? What's going on, Ryan? You psyched? Am I psyched? Oh, I'm so psyched. This is going to be such a good season. And we have the Olympics. Like, I just saw Crosby, McDavid, and Pietrangelo are confirmed for Canada. So that's obviously like a huge thing. And then there's just so many new faces and so many new teams. Like, we're finally going to get to see like the Leafs play against Vegas and Colorado. I think those like outer division matchups are going to be really fun to watch this season. I feel like there's just a lot of new faces and a lot of new teams. Like Phillies they're completely revamped on their back end. So I'm curious to see how they play out. I think the Devils are going to be a big dark horse this year too. So interesting to see how the season's going to play out. Yeah, that's a solid team, or a solid decor for a 14. Like, I mean, if you got Fox and Yossi, hopefully you took them the first 5 rounds. All right. Oh, here you go. You guys gonna hear Mr. ESPN announcer talk. All right, let's see who goes first. Probably Johnny Carlson. D are pretty thin. Okay, so Fox. Who do you think's gonna be Canada's starter? Hart? No, I'm kidding. Probably Carey. I think he proved it last year that he should be the starter, unless he's hurt. But Fox, Hellebuck. Yeah, Hellebuck's good in this league. You think Kemper's going to start for Team Canada? I don't know about that. I feel like it's too big of a stage, and I don't think he's been on that big stage before, where guys like Fleury and Price have. Price is like the most poised goalie I've ever seen. Guy's crazy. TikTok. Should be a little bit of a faster draft today. Only 20 rounds. I think the one yesterday was 24. Yeah, I hope the same thing for Kemper. I like Kemper a lot. Come on, it's the first round. The first round, you should just be flying through this. I think here, I mean, I don't want to give too much of my strategy away before my pick, because I do think maybe a few of these guys in this draft are tuned in right now. I know we don't have a lot of viewers, but I feel like a couple are probably tuning in, taking a peek at my queue. But probably want to try and take a goalie here, I'm thinking. Maybe I'll just start mixing up my strategy and say that I really like Rupe Hintz first round. Going to Kings preseason game. Who are they playing against? Saturday? Yeah, maybe you get to see Byfield, Kaliev. All right. Going the full distance here to pick John Carlson. Hopefully that was worth it. I figured he would go. So 2 of my keepers, or the players on my team last year, went in the top 3 picks. Anyone watching as well, if you guys have any questions related to fantasy, related to hockey or anything, no way Scheifele went. Just feel free to ask. I'm here to answer questions, here to talk about my strategies. Got my whole queue lined up right now. So we only start 4D, and that was another reason why I only kept one defenseman. I was really contemplating keeping Fox too, but I think just because you start 4D, you're able to kind of have some wiggle room in the back end. So, but I think I can get a top defenseman with my first pick. I'm hoping anyways. I'm not going to say who it is, but hoping it lands on me. Letang, Scheif, Carlson, Fox. Who should I pick with my 6th overall pick? What kind of league is it, Brian? I would say probably Pasternak, Kucherov, Vasilevsky. Probably those 3. Kind of depends on how the league's set up, but I think those are your safest picks there. Like if you have 5 goalie categories and 5 forward categories, Vasilevsky's going to have a lot of value in that league. Seth Jones? That early? Wow. Donald Nurse, good pick in this league, especially with hits. In a keeper league, would you take Kucherov at 5? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Rantanen's fine there as well. I'm guessing you take Jones, like with this pick right now. Quinn Hughes. Wow, couple weird picks. All right, so my turn to draft. Pretty set on drafting Kemper in this league. I think he's just going to be a beast in one of the goalie categories. There are a decent amount of late goalies with value here, but I think just Kemper is, I picked 50. He's like the clear-cut option here. So going to draft Kemper, and then I'm pretty set on drafting Shea Theodore. I think the plus-minus numbers and just the overall points are really hard to pass down. So couldn't go with Theodore here. Happy with that pick. So that was my worry, is that I wasn't going to get a top goaltender. So happy Kemper followed me. But it's going to take a long time for me for my other pick. Yeah, man. It's just I'm not too big of a Seth Jones fan. I just think I would rather Theodore over Seth Jones. He's good, but that Blackhawks team isn't as good as they seem. And it could be a hot take by saying that, but I'm just not a Seth Jones fan, really. I liked him a couple of years ago when he was like ADP 100, but I just think at 60 or even in the, my first pick, I don't think I can take him there. How many points do you think McKinnon's got in him this year? 110. Do you think Varlamov will be decent? Yeah, I do. Yep, I like Varlamov. I think you can take Sorokin as well, and be completely satisfied with that. I did not know that was his ADP. So I'll keep that in mind. Mike Smith. No. I can't be judging these guys. Where was plus minus? Not too much. I just don't know if the consistency will be there from Jones this season. I think Theodore's a more consistent / more proven defenseman, personally. But I think the plus minus will be solid for Jones this season, especially with them having a good goalie. But I appreciate you talking it out, Jim, because then it kind of gives us some discussion, right? Like why I chose Theodore, why you would choose Jones. So, all right. So I'm going to pick 70. It's quite a while, but I do have some guys queued that I'm very interested in. So we'll see when it gets there. I know. So one player I really want to talk about this season is Chychrun. I saw he just went, and I'm sure he's probably listening in the stream. I think Chychrun's a really, really good peripherals guy. Like shot volumes there, hits are there, blocks are there. I just think that Arizona's going to be bad this season, and he's going to suffer offensively because of that. Like, he's easily a 50, 60 point defenseman on a good team, but they're bad. So I can't really see Chychrun doing a whole lot this season, especially offensively. But I mean, the shots are going to be there. I think the plus minus is going to be quite bad this season for him, but we'll see what happens. Do you have any goalies in this draft? Got to update this. So this is one of our premium tools here, guys, for anyone that's new. Basically just gives you a rundown on, how the team's looking right now. So I kept McKinnon, Brady, Zib for anyone that's new to the stream. Kept Brady, McKinnon, Zib, and Hedman. Pretty good keepers. But Nolan, if you're asking if I have any goalies, I just took Kemper with my first pick. Yeah, I can't see Chychrun scoring as much, but man, when I was watching some of those Arizona games last year, I was like, dude, who is that defenseman? And it was just Chychrun buzzing around the ice. He's really good. I hope he gets traded, but I feel like he's part of the long-term plan in Arizona. But I mean, 10% shooting percentage last year, a little high, but I mean, his shot volume was so high. Would have been a 20-goal defenseman last season. Unsustainable. Yeah, I think 10's a little high for a defenseman. I think if anyone's gonna be at 10, it'll be like Makar. But for Chychrun, I do think 10's high. I think like 7's pretty average for defenseman. Makar's 8.9% shooting percentage career, but he was down at 7.7 last year with a pretty low sample, only 100 games. What do you think about McAvoy? I like McAvoy. Hits all the categories, plus minus points, everything. He's a solid defenseman. I just wish he played the top power play. I think that would be like the final thing that makes him a top, like, elite fantasy defenseman. I think he's elite real life defenseman, but obviously, takeaways and breakout passes, like all that is not really taken into account. So Chychrun single-handedly saved a week. Yeah, he was so good last year. Oh, Nolan, thanks for bringing up the first guy. I'm going to add him to my queue because I forgot about him. Bennett for me, though. Do you prioritize youth in keeper leagues? I do not. It really depends, actually. But when I'm drafting, I usually don't. I find in the NHL, like, there's not much. I don't know how to explain it. Like McKinnon and McDavid are like youth a couple seasons ago, but if you kind of look at the league now, between ages 19 and 21, there's not really like youth there that you should be targeting with your first, 4 or 5 picks in your draft. But there are some, Brady's young, McDavid's young, McKinnon's young. But in terms of players like Hughes, Zegras, Dahlin, like young players like Heiskanen, I'm not really looking to target them in the draft as much. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Why would I take Bennett over Verhaeghe? I just like Bennett's hit numbers. I think Verhaeghe doesn't hit enough to justify taking him over Verhaeghe, and I like Bennett's shot numbers as well. But Verhaeghe, he could put up 5 to 10 more points, but 30% less shots, 30% less hits, and I think Bennett's power play 1 as well. So. But if you want to take a look at the trade analyzer, I mean, I can put in, hopefully I can spell his name right. I think that's how you spell it. No, is it? Oh, man. This guy's the hardest name possible. Verhaeghe, and then... So, again, I got to eat my words. Verhaeghe wins. But there's no hits in this, so... All right, where are we at? I'm almost picking. Oh no, Pacioretty went, and Landeskog, rip. Those are gonna be my 2 picks. I figured though they should have went. Got to see my projections if there's anyone that stands out. Yeah, I wanted Landy bad there. Who got him? Nah, that's a good pick. Good pick by both of them. Do you think JT Miller will regress this year? I think he regressed last year from the year prior. I can probably see him being in line with this season. Good reminder. Cue this guy up as well. I mean, he's a little high. All right. Got to dial in here. Probably looking at taking a forward. Ekblad's a great pick. I like Pietrangelo here a lot too, but I think I need a forward on my team, or this pick. Oh, there's a lot of forwards that. Yeah, my forwards are thin. I see Trocheck available. Marchessault's really solid too. Gotta edit these. Yeah, I'm probably gonna take Pietrangelo here. I don't really want him and Theodore, but I really like the plus minus numbers. I like the peripherals. I'm probably gonna take a second though, because I have time to kind of evaluate, both my picks. I don't think I want another goaltender yet. Man, forwards are thin. Yeah, Johnny Hockey, I mean, doesn't interest me. Yeah, I honestly think I can. I mean, this having 10th pick sucks because it's back to back, so you have to wait so long between your picks. You have to do this like very selective. But there's just not a lot of forwards here that I'm like super invested in. I think I'm just gonna go Marcia. So I like the hits, I like the shots. Yeah, over Trocheck for me. All right, we'll go Marcia. So I have a lot of Vegas on my team, but it's fine. All right. Thoughts on Dobson this year? Yeah, he just doesn't play enough. And I don't know if he's going to play enough. But he is power play 1 on a team that just really isn't that good on the power play. But I just can't see myself taking a defenseman that, plays 60 minutes a night. Maybe he'll be up a little bit, but just join. What did I miss? Oh, not much. A couple draft picks. Wow, Carter Hart. Didn't even see that he went. Didn't miss much, Mike. Struggling to make picks. No, team's looking good. I'm happy. Get the shot volume machine. Marchessault. Look at these shots. Oh my god, yeah. My team's so heavy on shots. I probably need to get a couple guys with hits. But that's where my later picks come. Just ESPN's rankings are so bad. And it's like, that's kind of a trap that people fall in, is looking at like the best available. And that's where, yeah, like, I mean, I'm happy Alec Martinez hasn't went yet. But Provorov's still there. Pretty interesting. But yeah, ESPN's rankings are just terrible. No, Tristan Jerry. Tristan Jerry with Shesterkin on the board. Yeah, I don't think Vegas is a bad team to stack either. Man, this team's so good. They're going to be so good this year again. So, and the plus minus is going to be there. I mean, I think if Igor falls, probably going to take him. But we'll see. Campbell, Mrazek, go back. Campbell, Mrazek, Freddie. I feel like that had to happen in that order. David Perron. Yeah, like Perron's fine. I think he was kept this year, Lunchbox, if I'm not mistaken. This is a keeper league, so yeah. Yeah, I know 100 is ridiculous. They only have him for 168 shots this season. That's crazy. He averaged like almost 3 shots a game last year. His shots were down though, eh? Man, I can't. Stamkos was so good earlier in his career. It's actually scary to look at. Oh no, there goes Alec Martinez. I mean, he's fine. His plus minus will be there. And Landeskog, yeah, man, I was hoping to get Landeskog with my next pick, but I had last pick, so I went 50-51, then I didn't pick till like 70. I think one of the factors that make ESPN rankings bad is how much they overvalue hits in their scoring. Interesting. Oh, and yeah, block shots. And that's what I was going to say, Mystic, is like, that's why Martinez was ranked so high, because his block shots. Yeah, this is keeper league. No worries, man. Yeah, we don't have block shots in this. Hey, there goes Shesterkin. Yeah, if he was available at 90, I was just gonna take him. But I'll probably take another goalie here, just because it's 4 out of the 9 categories. It's a lot. And I do think Kemper can definitely hold his ground, but I'll probably go goalie here. Yeah, these rankings are just... I'm going to stop saying it. It's just embarrassing. I feel like you have to draft a few times to like understand the rankings. Like you kind of get a feel for where people are going. Dahlin is projected for 111 hits this season. Really? That's what they have. That's kind of crazy. Jake Muzzin in the 9th round. Interesting. With Heiskanen on the board. Jake Muzzin. Oh, he has good hit numbers actually. That's fine. Let's see if someone from my queue goes. Oh yeah. Keener with the Suzuki pick back-to-back years. Took him last year, I remember. Yeah, I don't think Grubauer is going to go for a while. I can't believe they have been projected for 30 wins this year. I mean, it's possible, I guess, but... I definitely think I need some hits on my team. I mean, Brady's got 350. which is just crazy. I'm just concerned about where some of the players in my queue are going to get drafted, because their rankings are just like absolutely absurd. All right. I am sort of interested in Palat. I just can't see myself taking him here, though. Jason Robertson. Maybe I'll take a chance on Line. Not yet, though. All right. Gotta stop looking at these ADPs. So, I mean, I have a ton of forwards in my queue. I could round out my decor and be set for the year with Heiskanen. I don't really have any like big hitting defensemen, which kind of scares me. I feel like that's kind of a necessity in some of these leagues, like someone like Trouba. And I definitely don't want to shy away from the hit category. But I have some time. Just like some of these forwards are just bad. I like Lee this season too. I think he'll be pretty good. All right. Going to take Benner. And then, so my goalies are pretty much solidified. And then I probably wouldn't want to take a forward here. I'm thinking, given how I only have 4 out of the 8. But I kept 3, so that's important to note. I'm probably gonna take a chance on Line here. Shot volume's just so high. I just don't know if he's gonna get the minutes this season. Basser 2 is available. I just don't think Basser caters too much to the scoring in this league. All right. I'm going to go with Miro. Yeah. And then I'll start taking my forwards. Gerard or Sergachev in a points league? Gerard for me. Oh, man. There's nothing better than drafting and then just like downhill from there. Drafting's always the best part of the season. There's still a lot available. Kind of mad I forgot about him. But oh yeah, I want to see if I can snag Mr. Wilson late. I'm sure people won't be taking him because he's Tom Wilson. Thanks, the channel. I drive soon 14th in my 1 year head-to-head standard cats. Is it a reach to take Brady 14th or 15th, or do I go something like Barkov or Huberdeau? I definitely don't think it's a reach because, I mean, he'll crush the categories for you, but I still think I would take Barkov. I think you can even get Brady. Are you on ESPN, Pulp? Because Brady might actually be available in your third round because he's ranked at 42, 43. So where rank is Toffoli? I don't know. Holy. I don't really understand that. That's a good pickup, Mike. For like right at the end of the draft. I picked up Tom Wilson because I figured to get crazy pims. Yeah, you know, like he's like the number one pims guy, probably. Just one guy needs to run a player. Yahoo, I think he'll be gone by pick 42. Yeah, he will be. Yeah, because he's like top 15 in Yahoo. Yeah, I still think I would take Barkov over him. What pick do you have, Pulp? Oh, it's so frustrating not picking for a while. I think I want to start grabbing forwards here, though. There's still a lot of players on the board that are, like, solid. Oh, I could do both. 14th, 15th, back-to-back. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so, yeah, okay, so you have last pick in a 14-team league. Yeah, you can definitely go Barkov Brady. I think you're fine doing that, yeah. Because Barkov will crush, like, the points categories for you, and then Brady will just kind of do the rest. I get it. Yeah, so that's probably your best play, I would say. And then I would probably look at targeting a defenseman and then probably target a goaltender with either your 4th or 5th round pick. Let me know what you think. Who's taking Blackwood to miss? I read a stat, like, so I know Blackwood's not playing in Canada this year because he's unvaccinated, but they only play 7 games against Canadian teams. And then I read that, like, Bernier is projected to start 5 of them based on the schedule in, like, back-to-backs or just, like, Blackwood playing multiple games in a row. So I don't even think it'll be a big deal. And I'm sure they can schedule it so that Blackwood would have already been off for the games in Canada. No worries. Let me know how it goes too, Pulp. Curious. In your 1 year. Interesting. You also have to get a feel, Pulp, for like players, like the guys you're drafting with, if they're experienced, if they kind of know, you know, who should be going where. That'll be important too. Good pick with Werenski there. 11th round. You know I have them, Clarky. Yeah, Toffoli at 1,200 doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not really a Toffoli fan at all, but, I mean, Montreal loves him. So he'll get the minutes. He'll get the minutes. He'll get the opportunities. I mean, I just don't think anyone in Montreal can be point per game this season. But I do think that's kind of a hot take. Jeez, it's taking a while. Honestly, I've taken a long time between my picks. Oh, I should probably add Heiskanen and Binnington here as well. So, I mean, Hedman, Theodore, Pietrangelo, and Heiskanen as my defenseman. I think that's pretty solid. Marshall with a super long last name. All right, going right down to the wire for this pick here again. Yeah, this is a long draft, but we'll probably be done by 8. Linus Allmark. I think that's an auto. Yeah, like some guys are auto drafting. There goes Besser. Besser's a good pick. I like the upside. I think he also might have Pedersen too. Elias Lindholm, the 2018 sleeper. Teravainen just doesn't do enough in the peripherals for me to get excited about him. But I think in points leagues, Teravainen's solid. All right. Don't want to say my pick yet, but I definitely know who I'm taking here if he's available still. Scheifele or DeBrincat in a points league? Probably Scheifele for me. I'm not as high on DeBrincat as most people are. Who do I think wins the cup this year? I actually like have money on Florida winning the cup, so I'm gonna say Florida. Who do you think? And anyone else in the chat as well. Who do you guys think is gonna win the cup this season and why? Hopefully, I don't see too many Colorados, but I get why you would say Colorado. Yeah, my money's on Florida this season. Come on. Don't be looking at my queue right now. Yeah, I just think, yeah, Leafs. You think it's their year they finally make it out of the first round? All right. I'm going to take Bennett here. I know he's ranked 199 and I could probably wait on him, but I just think the ADP is really good. So I'm going to get Bennett, get him out of the way. Welcome to the squad. And I'll probably go Trocheck here. I like Trocheck quite a bit this season. I like the hit numbers. I like the shot numbers as well. So, makes it easy. 12th round. Two guys at the Avs, yeah. Yeah. I figured it was going to be you two that would say that. The Tampa three-peat, man, that's not a hot take though at all. Doesn't count. Colorado has to prove they can actually get out of the second round. Hey, at least they can get out of the first round lunchbox, right? That's the good thing. But yeah, they do. It seemed like there was a lot of frustration on that team when they started losing. And that's the issue I found with that super Tampa team they had the year before they won the cup is they didn't really deal with any adversity because they were winning every game. And then come playoffs, they got swept, I think, in 4 against Columbus. They were seed 1 going against seed 8, and as soon as Columbus took the lead, it was like everything just fell apart. But that's kind of what set them up for the next season, though, because they were able to deal with adversity. They got swept in 4, so I just think I think Colorado needs to kind of lose games. And maybe last year was their wake up call, but I mean, it seemed like they were unbeatable down the stretch. They beat Vegas like 7-1 the first game, and I'm like, uh-oh. But they beat my Blues in the first round. Yeah. But now the Blues have Scott Perunovich. And Jake Neighbors apparently has been really good. I saw he was skating top line tonight. So that's interesting. Nick Backstrom, I think he's out for a while. I think I read that he's out for quite a while. I'm so curious to check the score in the baseball game right now, but I don't want to check, even though I'm going to. I just know that if the Jays were here, they'd be winning right now. Oh, it's at 8. Oh, I'll probably watch. Yeah. Why do you think it'll be Florida this year? I just think they have a ton of depth. I think Barkov is like a legitimate number 1 center, and I think you need that for playoffs. And then their decor is really solid this year. Like, I mean, their whole team up and down just looks extremely deep. So, and they had a lot of players that stepped up, right? Like Bennett last year stepped up for them. Verhaeghe stepped up. Uyghur took a step last year. We saw little flashes of like excellence from Knight. I just think they're going to be really good this season. I mean, they added Ryan Hart, so another top 6 forward to a team that already has a bunch of top 6 forwards. Who's Wahlstrom? Aimless. But dude, I read Wahlstrom's been terrible in the preseason. Like I read that Trotz said he needs more out of him. So probably Kako. Wallstrom's a good DFS guy though. Yeah, I saw that Wallstrom was skating on the top line. Yeah, Ryan, I have some moolah on Florida to win the cup at 23-1. So Hornquist or Verhaeghe? Probably Verhaeghe for me. I think Hornquist is more likely to play on the 4th line. But, I mean, Hornquist does have really solid hit numbers. Should be one of my higher projected players on this list. Yeah. But I can see the points going down this season. You know, I can't believe Line is still there. Like, he's not the worst player to take a flyer on, but I'll probably take Lee with my next pick if he falls to me at 130. The projections love him. I saw him up here somewhere. Yeah. But someone's in here playing with the projections, so. Thoughts on Red Wings and Lucas Raymond? Man, did you see that goal by Raymond last night? That was sick. I tuned in I watched some of the highlights today, and his goal last night was wild. Like, his release is so good. I think he can be a legitimate player. But I read Blashill said he just needs to do more to make it, which is kind of weird, but you figured he'd kind of be like a Zegras and just, you know, instantly go and make an impact on the NHL team, but we'll see. I like Raymond, though. All right, pick 130. Mort Seider went 13th round. Cannot believe that, but gonna go with Mr. Patrick Laine for sure. Just in case he pops off this season. I want him on my roster. And then I'll probably add a little Andres Lee to the mix. I like the peripherals he gives my squad. Now I'm going to start picking from my queue, though. Had to make sure I waited enough. Drafted Bennett. Lee's a great player. Oh, no. No, he's went. Rip. Didn't know when he would go. He was ranked 230, so I took a chance waiting on him. Yeah, it was an absolute snipe. Yeah, it was sick. I can probably pull it up. Don't know if it's copyright if I'm showing clips, but I don't think I'm a big enough channel for them to care. Lucas Raymond. just an absolute snipe. A little bit of a selly too. I like that. That's such a nice shot. Larkin with the feed too. That was a sick goal. Burakovsky, eh? Strome, yeah, I feel like at this point in the draft, most of these guys are just taking highest available. I wonder if Grubauer ends up going. I don't think he's undraftable, but I don't think I have interest in taking him. Wonder how Sanko will be this year. Just I'm so hesitant because of, like, 2 shoulder surgeries, and he wants out too. Like, there's attitude problems there. I don't know. But I mean, he came back. He was shooting the puck a lot still. He's a really high shot volume player. Did he play in the playoffs? 7 shots in 4 games. Yikes. Led the playoffs in shots in 2018 though. 90 shots. 26 games. That's a ton, man. Well, that's like McKinnon numbers. How many shot attempts? Yeah, 162 shot attempts in 26 games. That's just absurd. Thoughts on McCarr going top 6 in a keeper league? Yep, I think that's fine. He's the top defenseman, so, for a long time. I think that's fine, Ragin. Hey, as you talk about Atkinson, he goes in the draft. Any of you guys play Apex Legends? Tarasenko is the only offensive player that showed up against Colorado. Interesting. How do you Lunchbox. So you're talking about Tarasenko? He's looked really good. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, I'm gonna take a flyer on him. I'm gonna take a flyer on him this round actually. Then. Thoughts on the Eichel situation? One side has to give in, and I think it's gonna be Buffalo. What do you think? Richie 2 goals. Who's he playing with tonight? Marner? My app says it's 0-0, but I believe you. I don't want to make any bets tonight. I wonder, I made some bets tonight. I won a five team parlay last night too. Who did I bet on? I bet on the Kraken to win tonight. That's my only bet. Yeah, just the Kraken. I saw they had a full roster tonight. They're underdogs, so yeah, I think so too. Lunchbox. All right, I'm in. You sold me. Good salesman. You know what? I'm pretty surprised that even Palat's still available. I wonder where we have him ranked. Oops. Yeah, like Palat's solid. Yeah, I can't see Eichel getting traded. I don't know what the asking price was on him, but you know, I had a hypothetical trade like Kako Zib in a second for him, but then I kind of thought like, why would they give up Zib? You know, he's a number one center. He plays both sides of the ice. Doesn't get injured. Doesn't get injured a lot compared to Eichel. And then you kind of take on the risk of Eichel too. So I had the hypothetical trade, but then I kind of thought about it a little bit more. I'm like, that doesn't really make too much sense to me. But I think the craziest thing about Eichel is that he probably won't be playing for Team USA Olympics, and he is like a game breaker for that team. Like I think they compete with Canada. I think their D are a bit better, and I also think their goaltending's better than Canada. But our offense is just miles ahead of them. And with Eichel out, our offense is going to be about 7 miles. Gurianov, that's not a bad bounce back player or sort of sleeper. All right, I'm going to take a chance on Tarasenko here. We'll see what happens. And then I'm going to take my boy. Should I take a fifth defenseman? I could probably hold off. Yeah, I'll be okay for now. I see a couple I like. Yeah, I'm gonna take Verhaeghe. Solid squad so far, boys. Solid squad. Verhaeghe. I'm missing a forward. Oh, Lee line. Oh, Trocheck. Yeah, my hits are piling up now on this team. Couple over 100, and then obviously Brady's just a freak. Do you have a ranking for a best ball? Oh, season long, just points. No, but I mean, I could edit. The thing about our rankings is you can just edit them. So if you want to look at just points, goals and assists, go literally just sort right through here. How many forwards do you start in this one? 8 forwards, 4D, and 2 goalies. Last year we had 9, 5, and 2, but I changed it for this year. We made a couple changes in this league just to make it a bit easier. We added some more categories as well. This league was straight points. Four picks left. Coming down to the wire now. Probably going to take Sorokin, my last pick. But I definitely want the guys in my queue. I'm probably going to take Parayko unless I find anything else down here that I like. But I'll probably take Parayko out of this bunch. Falk's pretty good too. His hit numbers really surprised me. But I think he was just a beneficiary of Parayko being out last season. So I think with Parayko back in the lineup, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt Falk a little bit. But he was good for a while. No, the spreadsheet's behind a paywall. It's on through our Patreon. Hey man, my draft is next week. I picked 6th. I've narrowed down my selection down to Kane or Barkov. What would you choose? Goal scoring means a lot in my league. You pick 6th. I think you should take Pasternak if goal scoring means a lot over both those players. Would you draft a D-man late in category league with block shots? Yeah, you definitely could, Nelson. I feel like there is a lot of D-men late, like Calvin DeHaan, like Pulak, Mayfield. There's some D that you can probably take pretty late with shot blocks. Take Falk over Parayko. But I think Parayko is going to play more than him. Oh no, Zegras went. And Fiala. Those are good picks. Guys from the queue are going now. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, Falk was a beast in Carolina. Like really good. Oh no, Pugliarvi went. Oh, all the guys from my queue are going. Brutal. How could I let this happen? There's still good guys. There's still good players available though. Yeah, like even Comtois is interesting. His shooting rate was really high though. Like his shooting percentage, super inflated last season. But I mean, low sample could actually be like 17% career shooter. Comtois, that's crazy. He only played 15 minutes last season. I think he was a leading scorer. Yeah. Leading scorer with 33 points. That's just crazy. Sorry, Chad. Oh, in your second round? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say like I mean 6th pick, you're probably taking Pasternak. Yeah, I think Barkov is a great pick there. I have Barkov as a top 10 player. So if he's available in your second round, definitely him. I think you're fine going with Kane as well. I think Zibanejad's fine, especially with goal scoring. I mean, he was on a crazy goal scoring pace. I just think, like, yeah. I mean, if Barkov's gone and Kane's gone, I think you're fine taking Zib. His shot volume's so high too. Stutzel went. Yep. How many bench do I got? 4, eh? So I'm going to go goalie, 2 forwards, and a D. That's likely what I'll do here. Man, there's a lot of talent available. Like I think Palat should be drafted, especially on that top line. And now he's gonna have Kucherov back. Yeah. I just wish he shot a bit more, but oh no, I want a Bjorkstrand there. I was gonna take Bjorkstrand. Palat. I know. I hope no one notices him either. Yeah, I think Zib's a great pick this year. Again, I'm going to talk him up. I just think he's so good and so many people don't like him. I don't get it. All right, let's go. Good pick. Good pick in Heischer. The forgotten about first overall pick. What if there's players that I'm missing right now that are just way down here? Yeah, he saved my season too, Chad. Both leagues. Both leagues I was out of it. And then he just scored every single night. Anyone know if Bishop's healthy? I wonder if he is. I'm not going to take him, but what's his injury? Sets his sights on returning this season. It doesn't help they have 4 goalies as well. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take Coleman here. I like Coleman. I like his hit numbers too quite a bit. I'm sad Hughes and Puljujärvi went, and Zegras. I was hoping to get at least one of those guys, and all 3 of them went. I know he's never healthy. Palat. Cannot believe he went. Or he did not go. Pretty surprising given our league scoring. All right, guys. So dialing it down the last few picks. Seems like everyone's on auto draft mode. I'm probably going to be as well. I'm probably going to end the stream here. Don't want to prolong it too far. I think an hour is long enough for this video, but overall, I really like my team. I think it's really well balanced. My D are extremely good this year. Probably the best. Actually, I mean, last year I had Fox, Carlson, and Hedman, but I really like my team this year. New categories. We changed a lot of things up, so I'm pretty excited. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Before you leave, make sure you drop a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Should have a video coming out sometime tomorrow, so look forward to that. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Don't think there'll be another stream until Monday the 11th, so the day before the season starts, and we'll hammer out some last minute things. I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving, a good weekend.